everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we got a new board. If you watched the last video, first I want to apologize for how short it was. I had some pretty major things happen in my life. I'll explain at the end of the video, but for right now we're just going to keep it positive. And I got a new board. That limousine board I had, I discovered was very badly warped. I don't know how I didn't notice it at first, but my one back wheel would sit like this high off the ground when I laid it on a flat surface, and then I took my trucks off and held it up and looked at it, and the whole thing was like twisted. So I assume that's why the first limousine board I skated, I had such a great time on, and then the second one was just abysmal. I could not figure out why I couldn't get my flip tricks good. I couldn't figure out why like everything just felt like crap. I think a combination of the slick bottom on it and just the warped shape really messed me up. I honestly, like, my skateboarding felt so bad. It took so long to get like a frontside flip on flat. It just took a long time to do anything. And I think a lot of it was just like getting that lucky one that just happened to flip right because the board was so twisted. But we got a new board. I said, screw this. I need the board I like to skate the most. This is my perfect setup. I went and just was like, frig it, I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to put together my perfect setup. So right now, this is my perfect setup. And I want to go over some of your guys' setups. So in the comments, leave your perfect setup, whether it's the board you're currently on or your dream board. You know, like maybe it's like, I want a Powell flight deck, but they're too expensive, or this or that. So like, just list off like your dream board or your current board that is like you think is perfect, and I want to go through a bunch of them. You can also join the Discord and post photos and things like that I can incorporate into the video. I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description. There's a share your setup channel in my Discord, so just leave it there, and then next week, or next video, I'll review a bunch of your guys' setups. And let me know like what kind of skating you do, you know. So like if you're like, oh, I like 9.5-inch boards, egg-shaped with rails and stuff. I assume you like Slappies, right? But it'd be interesting to see if you were skating that for like pools or something. So let me know in the comments, and I'll go through a bunch of them. And let's see what you guys are riding. But for me, this is it. April Skateboards, 825, 14-inch wheelbase. It's just, for me, this is like the perfect deck shape. Like if I could design like a pro deck for myself, like it would be this April 825, like spinning image. It's so perfect. This is the Utah board. It's just very clean, white graphic with the sky. I love it. Very simple with the white rails, looks perfect. I did go back down to 52 millimeter Spitfire, 93 Reynolds soft sliders, whatever you want to call them. I actually just call them Spitfire 93 Formula 4s. That's what they feel like to me, and that's what, in my brain, that's what they are. So 52 millimeter. So what that did was these trucks felt tall to me after skating the V lights, and I was on 54s with these trucks. The 52s instantly made it feel right at home. Like it felt just like the V lights again. So we're going to go with the 52s. And also with the 54s, I didn't notice like a huge dramatic jump in like improvement of Slappy grinds. Maybe a little easier to get into like a Slappy crook, but at the end of the day, like, I don't know, this board isn't optimized for Slappies. This board is like my what would you call it, Swiss Army knife, you know, where it's like, does it work okay on Slappy curbs? Yes. Does it work okay at the skate park? Yes. Does it work okay for flat ground? Yes. Does it work okay to skate ledges? Yes. But it doesn't do any of those things like particularly like excellent. You know what I mean? Like if I had a 9-inch board with looser trucks and some, you know, like squared off wheels, would Slappies be like way easier? 100%. 100%. But I don't want to have like a quiver of boards and have to like decide which board I want to take out that day. So for me, it's like just a board that does everything moderately well, and I'm happy with that. So I can do all of my flip tricks, I can do my ledge skating, I could go to the skate park, I could bring it to the Slappy curb, and everything will work okay. Nothing like really well, it'll all just work okay. But that's kind of what I wanted. And I did do a grip job on it, Elvier grip as always. But yeah, I busted out the yardstick and got like a really nice, perfect straight line through the middle. Kind of like a Spanky, you know, a little surfer style setup on that. But yeah, Bronson Raws, obviously. Always have Bronson Raws. And Little John's rails. These are the ones that I had him make the holes a little bigger for me so I can reuse them, which is amazing because, again, I don't do like so many board slides that like I go through rails a ton. So I could use the same rails for like 4 or 5 boards probably. So awesome. And then, yeah, we got the Venture V8s. Another thing about the last video, 2 videos ago where I moved the truck in, I should have done that on my front truck. I didn't really think about it in my head, but if you pull your front truck back a little bit, it makes the leverage in the front of your board feel lighter, which would make it easier to lift. And by sliding the back one in, I messed up my pop timing a lot, and I made it basically like a twin nose setup. I don't know, it felt better for flip tricks, but I think that was just the warped and me just trying to like find anything to make it feel better. But this is 100% not warped, perfect. Yeah, I checked it like 30 times. This thing is not warped, so we're in for a good time on that board. But again, yeah, let me know in the comments, what are you guys riding? What's your perfect setup? What's your ideal setup? And what kind of skating you do on that setup. So I'm super interested in, like I said, the next video, we're gonna go through like a ton of them. And if you guys wanna include pictures and stuff, go join the Discord and use that, share my setup, and just write, this is for the share your setup video or whatever, because obviously lots of people are sharing their setups, and I only want to include the people that want to be included in the video. So we're back at the Slappy curb. I know you guys are like, really, back at the Slappy curb again? This is a good warm-up spot. I haven't skated this board at all yet. Obviously, it's brand new. So what better place to get acquainted with it than at the Slappy curb? Oh, one other thing. So these are the shoes I rolled up in today. These are the cycling shoes I got. I'll make a separate cycling related video about these, but man, these have been really fun. It's kind of crazy, like, you know, being clipped into your pedals, but honestly, it's already been super helpful. I can imagine on 50-mile rides, like, this is going to be so crucial. A big problem I was having was just like getting sore in like my hip or my foot, cramping or this or that. And you got to remember, when you're doing like a 50-mile ride, you know, you could be sitting on your bike for 3.5 hours, 4 hours. You know, if your one foot is slightly different on the other pedal, you know, it's gonna mess your hip, your knee, you know. So this keeps your feet in the same spot, you know, and it basically ensures a consistent pedal. So is it required for like short distance riding? Absolutely not. But if you're doing longer rides, I highly recommend these. But let's get into skating. that's gonna do it for this week's video. So yeah, a couple little life updates for everybody. Many of you guys know Winston, my cat. He's like always at the end. He's the end screen of all my videos, and for the past I don't know, year, maybe a little more, he's kind of not been doing so well. And he's old. He was old. He was 21 years old, and I had him for 18 years. And yeah, last Sunday I had to take him to the vet and put him down. It was definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Still adjusting. Feels very lonesome at the apartment without him there. He definitely was the life of the party at the apartment. And that's kind of why last week's video was so short. And I don't know, maybe my videos haven't been the best over the past few months. Been secretly kind of dealing with that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, he was my best friend at times, and my only friend at times. So it's rough. It's rough. That's kind of why I was slowing down video production. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, like I said, I plan on still doing 2 videos a month, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's easier to be out of the house than in the house. So maybe making more videos will be helpful, but I'm not sure yet. Like I said, it's still an adjustment period. And yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about it other than I'm going to miss him a lot. And I was lucky to have him for so long. So, but yeah, so I don't want to be too much of a downer. You know, life goes on. So, yeah, like I said, remember to leave your skateboard setups in the comments below, or join the Discord and post them in the share your setup. And the next video I'll be going through a bunch of your guys' setups and stuff. So, yeah, that's gonna do it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, and enjoy Winston at the end of my videos. He'll always be there. All right, see you, everybody.
Don't know nothing about me, dude.